Nature Lover here. For no apparent reason. Not sure what the Bat Rider's done wrong, but nevertheless. Now, Kiritsugu, you're going to have a quick scout around with these illusions, see if he can find himself an Observer Ward, but doesn't really realize they are in a vision because Ash was just watching them. Now they can just clear it out. Might get a wasted Sentry Ward out of Nexus Titans a little bit later on. You know, because they do seem to believe that the Obs Ward is there.
30 seconds to battle.
Yep. It's going to be mildly annoying. Then again, it's a Zeus, so you shouldn't be needing too much to get the D wards going here. Just drop their own ward to get vision. It looks like they do want to contest for that river rune up top. And their level 1 isn't too shabby, so let's see if they do bite the bait.
The battle begins.
Well, it seems like they're not really going to go for the fight. It is going to be a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Nexus Titans. It seems like Thana was able to get one for himself here on the Pugna. Glimpsback is there, but it's way too far away. So the Slark is not gonna bother. Fuerte just gonna go back to the bot lane instead. So you can see the opening they were looking for to try and go for these kills. Of course, we will start with the mid lane as per usual. You're gonna have Volodka there against Desperate. The Zeus vs Ember matchup. Volodka already looking to just chase the Zeus down with the Flame Guard level 1. But yeah, I feel like the Ember has a pretty good time later on against the Zeus. Like, you're just having that kind of jump to just always get the Zeus picked off before a fight really starts is always going to be pretty advantageous.
Yeah, I think that is really the shining point for the Ember up against the Zeus. The laning phase, not too bad for Zeus. As long as you can keep spamming out your spells, you shouldn't be in too much danger. You've got the Heavenly Jump to bail out. Volodka. We very rarely see Embers go for like a 1-3-1 build. So you should be gunning for the good old 0-3-1. 0-3-2, so no points in the chains. If there are no points in chains, then the Zeus is always safe with Heavenly Jump, and Desperate should be happy enough to just farm here.
Top lane, Ash and Skyward getting a little bit aggressive here against Kiritsugu, a Nature Lover. Ash is having a pretty damn good time. Like, there's not really much in this lane that you can do about the LC. Then Hagasaran certainly cannot do very much at all, and well, the Bat Rider can't really either. Like, the support Bat Rider has dropped off quite a bit recently, I feel. The core Bat Rider is still proving to be very, very powerful, but support Bat Rider maybe not as much as you just can't deal the harassment you once did in 7.33C. I'm kind of just seeing it. Like, Ash is taking literally no pressure here from this top lane. It's just complete free farm for the LC.
Yeah, every time the illusions come in, you just pop Rolling Odds. You can line up the blast off from Skyward. Not too much Nature Lover can do to shove them out. Find First Blood at least.
Yeah, Thana ends up picking it up here. First Blood going the way of the Pugna. Thana might actually just deny a courier before he denies himself off, and well, he'll run right towards the tier 2 tower. No, he'll pull the creep wave instead. Never mind. Almost pulled the small camp for the Radiant team just then, but you know, luckily saves the day. He's actually going to do a decent job of stacking the creep waves before he dies, so it should be a pretty big creep wave coming Zor's way very, very soon. Though speaking of Zor, kind of trapped up in a kinetic field right now, just being chased down by Fuerte. And, well, Assimilate is leveled up in the air. He just barely hit level 3 to skill that up, though Tor gets a glimpse anyway, but it's not going to matter. Tor does not have enough to finish off the job. Tor might just be dead and will be. Thana able to secure the kill here with the Blood Grenade.
It's a good feeling for the side of Nexus Titans. Getting a lot out of their lanes. A little bit of pressure onto Desperate mid. Ember is starting to pull ahead a bit. And he does opt for the value point in the chains. Going for a 1-1-2 build. Maybe the 1-1-3 to close out. Or the 1-2-2 on the Ember. In both cases, I mean, just having the chains is already big. You prevent a safe time for the Zeus to just keep heavily jumping. You can apply a lot of harassment. Vodka should be set in that lane. Overall, TiltedBoys still feeling good across every lane, for sure. Getting a lot of farm out on every core. And that mid lane matchup is really just going to be, I feel like, the deciding point. Like, how good of a game you get in the Zeus here dictates how fast you can play on Titans, as you do have, I mean, Naga's just going to farm. The Void Spirit to an extent will also try to build up. a little bit greedier from Titans, which means, Desperate has to really carry through with some momentum here.
Top lane again. Jump is there onto Kiritsugu. Nature Lover still going for the jump in on Skyward. Skyward actually way too far forward, is going to die. So he did initiate with that blast off to try and secure the kill onto the Naga, but it does not really pan out. Kiritsugu and Nature Lover both able to survive. So Ash, oh no, he won't have enough. Kiritsugu with the raindrops able to survive. Is now Door down at bot lane again going to drop. Thana able to pick up a secondary or in fact a third kill on the Pugna. And our Disruptor is just not having a game.
It's just not working out right now for Door. For our Disruptor, I think it's just a little bit awkward for Door. He had to opt for Glimpse Connect Field to have connections with the Slark. But that does mean he can't really trade with a Pugna either.
Well, Frerte being caught by an Aether Remnant here, but is going to be able to barely survive. Thana though on this Pugna, just the amount of harass this guy can just deal casually. The support Pugna, it's so annoying because he has such ridiculous base movement speed. His attack range is nice, his attack animation is nice. It's a beautiful Aether Remnant again from Zor. But going back to the Pugna for a moment, like this hero just ticks all the boxes right now as a support. It is pretty annoying to play against.
It really is. And I think it's again down to that your supports can't do too much there. They do manage to catch Kiritsugu at the very least, so this time the play does pay off from TiltedBoys. Osh finding himself a very big pickup. But I think the big issue down bot's really just Door without any way of dealing damage back to Tana does mean he's just a sitting duck. And Tana's just not going to be punished. He gets to run around, maybe he gets pounced up, but you're not in any position to trade hits right now in Fertha with how low he is, so you just don't manage to really get this early investment in Glimpse and Kinetic Field going your way on the side of TiltedBoys, and that does give some room to grow here.
Now Ferte is going to go down bottom lane. Thunder God's Wrath coming in from Desperate. And Desperate just doing the math correctly as Nature's Lover. Top lane is going to drop, but they have held down Skyward, so Skyward will go down to boot. Of course, Ash can't really be dealt with at the moment on the LC, so we'll have to leave him be, but still good team fights, good exchanges going on here for Nexus Titans. Like, especially that Slark kill down at bot lane, not going to feel the greatest here for TiltedBoys, and it's a bit of an awkward death anyway. Like, just copying the Thunder God's Wrath and dying, like, that's never going to feel good.
No. Ferta is still halfway to 6, so you can't just reach in the lane. I'm really surprised that Ferta gets these pounces off without his support around to provide Kinetic Field. They at least find that kill onto the Zeus now mid with a rotation from Skyward, so all he needed to do was TP in. You've got the 6 on Volubka as well, and you can just run down the Zeus.
That you can. We're 4-6 right now. And it's the way of Nexus Titans. Bottom lane, Thana gonna get stuck in a kinetic field for a moment. Pounces there from Ferte. Door is dropping low again though. Zor gonna get Glimpse back before he hits level 6, but a nice dissimulate to avoid the Glimpse, and now they're back in onto Ferte, who's dropping extremely low. And he's gonna go down. That is without the 6 timing of Zor. Now he has it up, so this is a guaranteed secondary kill onto Door. Thana, is she gonna survive through this, it seems? On 27 HP, he will be alive. This offlane Void Pugna duo has really worked out quite successfully.
I'm really surprised by that. Tana's just doing a fantastic job to ensure that Door's a non-factor there. Not able to come in, not able to look for glimpses, connect fields. They get duel off top though. Not gonna find a win, but get the kill.
Nice little pick up there onto Nature Lover. Ferte is still getting tipped here by the Dire side. It's like the Void Spirit Zor really giving it to him here. See, has had a fantastic game with the Void Spirit thus far. I say fantastic, like he's 1-0-3, but just being able to shut down the Slark this hard is going to always feel good as Ferte. Go back off again. Does have level 6 this time around, so should be okay to back off, but there's just so much damage flying in. Meanwhile, Skyward trying to secure a kill onto this Void Spirit. Zor is dropping rather low. Ferte trying to chase him down. Now Door shows up with the Thunderstrike to keep up the vision. Zor, glimpse back, is going to die from Door.
Has been killed.
So they do finally get the Void Spirit down.
Is under attack.
Even Zor's courier probably being the bigger deal, going down with a bunch of items on it. And the immediate tip back here from Ferte.
Yeah, they overextend quite a fair bit to try to find punishment. They will find Door in the end with movement out from Nature Lover at the least. So, a little bit of a consolation prize, but not the one you're really looking for. Still, Nature Lover and Tana's done a fantastic job as the support duos. And with a respawn's coming in, perhaps you can get that play going again. About 2 steps back up for Zor.
Oh, chains out, bottom lane, easy kill onto Thana now. Sverte sadly has not been getting any of this perma-agi because he's not hitting anyone. But nevertheless, finding a kill is always going to feel good here for the Slark. Glimpse is back onto the Batrider. Kinetic Field is there. Nature Lover. Still going to be able to run out, it seems. In fact, they're going to try and turn onto Volodka, who put his hand up. Remnants away, trying to get away from Zor, but the chase was on. But Zor is going to give up on that chase. Instead, they'll try and go after Door. They will get him at least. So the rotation from Desperate does at least end up in a support kill for themselves.
And that's done something. Thunder God's Rat still a ways off. They're going for the chase. They saw him walk under vision here, Vidalka.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty big kill if they can get him. Crepify is out. Sleight of Fist dodge is there, but it's not enough. Volodka is going to go down. But here come the rotations from TiltedBoys now. Back in onto the Zeus. Blade Mail is out. Lifestream being committed to try and keep the Zeus alive. Thana might just drop trying to help Thana out. Or rather, help Desperate out. Desperate is going to die. Thana's still trying to run. Life drains up Ferte. Forces out the Shadow Dance. But ultimately is just going to die. So 2 down. The side of Nexus Titans, and an immediate smoke up here from TiltedBoys. They just want to keep it going. But I do believe they were under vision during that smoke, so pretty obvious smoke attempt coming in. The Nature Lover apparently wants to make it successful for them anyway. So he'll get caught out, and he's just going to go down.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yep.
is under attack.
Getting some good punishment from the side of TiltedBoys. The Titans, again, maybe getting a little bit too aggressive than you'd like to here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Do you see already the lane switch up for Ferte heading up top to deal with Kiritsugu? Not the comfiest of times for the Slark just yet, but it is a much better lane to play into than the rather hard one Ferte's had this entire time. Side of Nexus Titans, despite those losses, still are having a little bit of a better time in terms of gold.
Duel out again. Thana being caught, but he got the Decrepify off in time, but it won't matter. He's down. Zor will try and go after Door. Door is going to go down here on the Disruptor. Ush now on the run, and so is Skyward. Skyward still running, should eventually drop the Zoras. Ush in the meantime getting lassoed up, but Volodka's going to try and move in and help out. Volodka, however, is also going to go down.
I sense.
So 4 down now suddenly for the side of TiltedBoys.
Yeah. And they're the ones to get punished for crossing that river quite hard. Feeling confident up against the Zeus, but with the Phylactery up, Desperate does so much damage. Getting the Lightning Bolt out, getting the Arc Lightning down. Just the output the Zeus has with the Phylactery is massive, so have to respect that. 12 to 15, a 4K, 3K lead coming out here for Nexus Titans. This is a ton of space out for Nagasarn as well. Like Kiritsugu is just able to farm up like a madman now. And again, Yasha up, Ultimate Orb flying out now. Stats are racking up. Your Slark in comparison still a ways off from his own Yasha. Misclick is out. Just Classic did not unbind.
Jewel is there on Nature Lover. Another duel victory here for Ush. Mid lane, pings are coming out. Seems like they want to try and go after Desperate.
Radiant's middle tower.
Desperate though? Oh, he's going to farm the camp. Remnants forward. Chains are going to land here from Volodka. They just need the vision for the glimpse back and they've got it. Kinetic Filter hold him into the static storm. For poor old Desperate, there is no way out of this. The Nature Lover does show up. Lasso is available. Blast Off is there from Skyward though, and Nature Lover now just gonna explode. A double kill for Skyward.
Yeah, not the hero you'd want to feed those kills to, but still some good pickoffs off that jump, off that smoke. Skyward just TP's out, not in range for the song. We're quite there for the ensnare. This does manage to bail out in the end. And that's some good punishment coming out from TiltedBoys now. Playing off the back for their mid, grouping around Volodka. Could even get a nice fast push off with double damage ready to go on our Ember. And his damage is pretty damn high now. Maelstrom up. Does a lot of output with that Orb of Corrosion. Phase Boot should be next. Side of Nexus Titans. It's a lot more back and forth. You are getting space out for Zor on top of getting that space we talked about for Kiritsugu. So all things considered, you are still farming pretty damn well here. Just have to watch yourself with these random kills. Once they start to rack up, that's when TiltedBoys, as we've seen in game 2, that's when they start to get comfy. When you give them these kills for, well, no good reason at the very least.
Yeah, mid lane, Nexus Titans, they're going to end up just going for the smoke rotation here as 3. Rotations through to Radiant Jungle. Looks like they're going to meet up with Zor.
Well, that would be a tribute.
No, nothing really happened with this smoke. Like, they're rotating through the bot lane, just trying to find somebody in that southern jungle, but nobody's really around here from TiltedBoys. They're just looking to push out the top tier 2 now. It seems like both teams might just trade with the tier 2s. Like, there's perhaps no real fight to come.
Yeah, it's pretty open for both sides to kind of work the map right now. The push pacing from the side of Nexus Titans is pretty nice though. And with Nether Blast up, doesn't take too much. Oh.
Bottom lane. Duel is out. Not going to amount to much here from us. Just trying to hold Zor down long enough. For the team to get there is now the lasso has been committed. Volodka is going to be saved here by the press the attack of Ash, but now Ash is in danger. They will secure here with Desperate. The amount of damage he's pumping out of the mid Zeus proving to be a bit too much, as now they've even caught Thor. So the Disruptor to go down as well. Furte and Skyward still sticking around. Kiritsugu has ended up finding the Slark now, so Furte's set to fall it seems. So they'll just commit the song to hold him down through the Shadow Dance, and he is just gone. 3 down again for TiltedBoys and Nexus Titans. Looking very good for this game 3s thus far.
You know, looking a lot sharper. You know, they're coordinating as a team. They're looking for these pickoffs together. Getting early activity out from Kiritsugu with a Manta and Diffusal up. So chasing through the gate onto a techies. Only 1 mine at the least.
He's going to be alright. They give up on it. I don't think they would have had enough time anyway to get through the gate and chase down the techies.
Yeah, maybe a bit optimistic. Still, very even game number 3. Lots of back and forth here. 16 to 18, 2K lead up for Nexus Titans. Your big concern now for TiltedBoys is how much Kiritsugu is allowed to farm, because he's going straight for the heart. And sure, overwhelming odds is nice, but yeah, you can't just safely spam that spell onto the creep wave now. You have to be up in front in that action. So your jumps have to be on point here from Ush. Your initiation with his blink pickup has to be not necessarily perfect, but fairly clean from the side of TiltedBoys, and that can be easier said than done here.
Ush missing out of the jewel here mid lane. Chains out from Volodka. Blast off going to land perfectly from Skyward, catching out 2. Mines being placed as well to try and really burst them down, though nobody's dying. Desperate is being survived here thanks to Thana. Volodka's trying to jump in and secure the kill on the Zeus. He is still running, but finally will go down. 2 for 2 thus far, but it might be a complete cleanup here for Nexus Titans. They got Volodka down, they've got Ash down. Fuerte is still trying to fight here on the Slark, and he might actually have himself a Void Spirit because there's no mana left on Zor. Zor will eventually go down, so a 4 for 4 so far The ensnare will lock down the Slark. Kiritsugu draining all the mana of Ferte. And it should be a full team wipe, but the Diffusal Blade is out. Another Diffusal Blade out here from Kiritsugu. And Ferte eventually will tie.
The Naga is just not something you can handle right now in your core to core. If you blink in like this for Rush, you don't manage to nail the Naga, then she's just free to do what she wants.
But now a blast off to hold her down. Kiritsugu. The thing about turning here onto the techies is going to try. Reactive Taser was down sadly, so he could not do much about it as Kiritsugu finds another kill. Chase again here with the remnants forward from Volodka. Volodka not able to get that done, but instead is going to find himself a Zeus. So Desperate getting caught out now.
This time it's him overstepping his bounds, not respecting that jump, and the response being fairly quick on TiltedBoys. Again, a lot of topsy-turvy back and forth. We're already at 45 kills at 20 minutes in, Mike. Both teams kicking into gear, which is what we like to see. And so far, it's looking a lot better for the Titans in terms of execution. So they've corrected from whatever happened in Game 2. Heart for Kiritsugu not too far off. The Manta for Zor as well on that Void Spirit not too far off. So you're hitting your item beats quite nicely. Tena does get the Rune Denial at the very least.
Only 3k advantage still standing here for Nexus
Radiant's
Titans.
bottom tower is under attack.
Heart now fully up on Kiritsugu. It's not going to be a lot harder to deal with here. Ferte almost has the Ags up though at the very least, so the Slark going to have quite a bit of mobility coming up very, very soon. It's going to be a smoke out from Nexus Titans. Rotation through the Radiant jungle. Wards being placed here by our Bat Rider. They might find the Volodka Ember Spirit at the bottom lane,
Radiant are scanning.
but they don't have a blink up on their Bat Rider. They only have a 4-staff, so there's not really a great way to initiate. They just throw a casual Aether Remnant down, hoping to catch him, but it was way off.
Just a little bit off. Still space for that Roche to happen here for the side of Nexus Titans. Kiritsugu and Tena getting that done themselves. It's a secondary life ready to go here. Not the quickest Roche, mind you, but it's fast enough that no time to respond here from TiltedBoys. For the side of TiltedBoys, and I mean the Ags you mentioned for Ferte, this is flying out now, so you can try to get some plays out here and try to maybe find yourself some openings with the double pounce. See if Ferte can start to dig into the back, because you've got to take care of the Zeus, and again, you've got to take care of the Pugna. If Taina's allowed to just constantly decrep and life drain, these fights are really not the fights you want to take on the side of TiltedBoys in a prolonged one. Pugna healing just tends to feel pretty overwhelming if you don't have that burst on hand.
Radiant structure.
Nexus Titans looking to move in. Desperate, breaking the smoke, has found Skyward. They even found Dawn the Disruptor,
Is under attack.
but nobody goes down. They don't have enough damage to finish anyone off. A little bit unfortunate. They will be able to get out. It actually has bought time for Volodka to finish off his Radiance build up on the Ember. So they are slowly finding answers towards this Nagasara in this game 3. Still a ways off from trying to deal with her, but
Are fortified.
you are slowly getting there.
Yeah, some answers presenting itself at the least.
Radiant's middle tower.
The
has
mischance definitely going to be something that
Radiant's bottom
Nog will be
tower is
extremely
under
annoyed by. To be fair, Kiritsugu is going to have his own miss up with a butterfly sooner rather than later. And he's doing a great job on his Naga to just constantly split push.
Radiant's
Really
bottom
giving
tower
space
is
for
under
Taina
attack.
to keep those Nether Blasts up. See if that Radiance is going to be enough, as High Ground's already begun here.
Yeah, they're going to have to make full use of it straight away. T3 tower under siege. Ash trying to get rid of the illusions, has done a good job of it. Problem is you've got Thana right behind this Naga, so Kiritsugu is not looking to fall too easily with the life drain constantly available here from Thana. They'll get him low again, but he's still perfectly fine as now the jump is in for Volodka. Jewel is out. They have caught the Naga Siren. That is one way to start the fight. The Naga is down the first life around. But can they get him a second time? Kiritsugu looking to back off here. Looks like he's going to be fine for now as the song is going to be committed to be able to disengage here for Nexus Titans. They'll even pop a smoke to ensure that the chase is not going to be easy for TiltedBoys. And it seems like they're going to be fine to at least hold high ground. And TiltedBoys, they decide better off just kind of staying in the Radiant base instead of pushing after them. And that was the right choice because they were waiting.
Yeah, they're not going to get punished for any sort of overextension here. TiltedBoys, they understand they still need a little bit more up before they can fully manage a Naga Siren here. I mean, the Ags alone on Ferta hasn't felt like it's been enough to give him openings. It does look like his BKB shouldn't be too far off the mark. And now it's the time when TiltedBoys do go for that smoke. Good line drawn across the map as well into the triangle area. Might be able to catch out Zor. Mind you, he is a highly mobile hero. Oh, not the easiest one to gun for. But with Static Storm back up, bit of blast off with Blink Duel. Certainly not the hardest situations to find yourself here.
They are still together. Like they could look to push through the bottom lane if they do wish. It is just the tier 1 tower, though they do seem very, very hesitant as they cannot see where Nexus Titans are right now. Nexus Titans, though, hanging around the top side of the map, do not seem too interested in trying to defend this bottom tier 1. TiltedBoys again going to be very, very careful with the way they approach this. They are going to get away with it. It's just a tier 1 bottom tower. It's very, very simple. No need to defend here from Nexus Titans. But they could look for a trade, to be fair. They aren't really doing that. Ash now, seeing the Naga Siren, will look to try and remove himself from this top lane. Door's going to show up. Desperate has made his presence known on the Zeus, and well, they do have the butterfly now up on Kiritsugu, so maybe they are going to go for the top tier 1, or maybe they'll just back off and get back to farming.
No, getting that filled up. You've got the Naga and Nexus Titans, and you've got some decent scaling from your Zeus. You've got a Void Spirit, which always scales, especially as the talents start to come out. Yeah, real big one, of course, on level 25 with a crit on the Astral Step can feel really nice and trying to take care of these softer backlines. I don't mind this too much for the side of the Titans. Take it slow. I think TiltedBoys are, and also alright in this circumstance, but you do have to be cautious about the Naga. Like, your one direct solution is still just Ush. And he's been doing a great job, to be fair, on the LC. You need to see some of those Blink overwhelming odds duel kind of
mid lane,
really hammer in.
Getting jumped, but does get the remnant away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The T2 tower push could get underway very, very soon. They're just waiting for the creep wave to come in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is
Still a very slow siege. Like, the bottom tier 2 is just being forced here by Forte. Or Ferte, rather. And yeah, I mean, there's just no defense to come. It seems like TiltedBoys are very hesitant to try and fight at all. Really respecting the side of Nexus Titans. They are going to lose their Tormentor in the meantime. Desperate is going to be able to pick that up on the Zeus. And the Lightning Hands is up and available, even though he's not really going to be able to make too much use out of it. Meanwhile, bottom tier 2 tower does go down to Ferte, so now he's onto the tier 3 bottom tower by himself. There's no defense coming out yet. He's actually going to pounce away just in case, because he can't even believe they're not here.
Yeah. Again, you can apply pressure, but both sides, after a top T2 game 2, probably just want stronger conditions to come out for gunning for any sort of endgame. We are seeing, by the way, Skyward is going for the Yags once more, Mike, but it's not a rush. At least our techies already has the aura items up. I don't know if that's as effective against the Naga as it is against the PL. I don't think it is, but we'll find out if the Axe does come out this game.
Oh, I think he's just doing it because he's already farmed the items he needs. Just a luxury item now for Skyward.
Dire's
Makes
bottom
enough
tower
sense.
is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Nexus Titans still not trying to apply any pressure here. With their 5k advantage, they are seemingly paying a lot of respect here to the side of TiltedBoys. Octarine Core now up on Desperate, so even lower cooldowns now available on the Zeus. So much time has been just given to TiltedBoys though in this game 3. Reminds me a lot of game 2 in that sense. So just you give them enough time, they're eventually going to get to the point where they can fight back. Sverte is going to go through the twin gates here with Door. And it looks like they're more than happy to start setting up for a bottom team fight. It's Nexus Titans, they are currently hanging around. Mind you, Roshan is up in 2 minutes 15 seconds, so the teams are here a little bit early.
Radiant's middle tower.
Making sure they're ready just in case it was an early Roshan timer. Jump is in. Thunder God's Wrath going to give the vision. Volodka is going to get lassoed immediately on the Ember, so that's a big pick-off they can find it. Volodka is not able to get out. He's just down. Song committed here from the Naga. Are they looking to disengage? I mean, the Disruptor's down. Door, that's 2 down now. Make that 3 because Skyward's going to drop. Jewel is out on the Pugna, so Thana does go down, but now Ush is getting focused while he's TP. 4 down for TiltedBoys. They're going for a 5th now. Ferte is able to at least double pounce out of there. Ush will get tipped for going for a Jewel when he's up against 5 other heroes. The Nexus Titans, well, they do have first dibs on Roshan. Problem is Roshan's still 1:15 away.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer, so might as well again go back to the push game, go back shoving high ground. No Pugna to help speed up this process, but boy oh boy, this Dusa, this Naga is becoming really hard to face off against. Volt Scotty up, Heart up, Disperser next, and it does so much damage, way too durable. And they'll just take it, take the top racks, no problems. Maybe just a range, hold on.
Yeah, Kiritsugu gets trapped in the kinetic field. Ferte will go for the Shadow Dance to chase down the Naga Siren. Nature Lover has already gone, and now the Naga's gone. Kiritsugu ends up tying, and now TiltedBoys are fighting back. They end up finding a successful team fight.
Yeah, it's a good hold. At the very least, I mean, your range racks also stays intact here inside of TiltedBoys. The Titans, you're still in a strong position. You're 7k up. Ags coming out for Desperate next. That's going to be big for the middle of these team fights. And maybe just Roche scouting potential. Nexus Titans haven't shoved far away enough from Roche that this is viable now for the side of TiltedBoys. With no Naga as well, that objective is just a little bit too hard to take. Are spotted out by the Thunder God's Wrath at the least. So they know something's up in the Roche, but without Naga for 25, it doesn't feel like this is anything you can get done with for the Titans.
There goes Roshan. Very, very quickly going down. Nexus Titans trying to break the gap, but unable to get there in time by the looks of it. To be fair, they still have a little bit of time left, but not much. Scan is out. TiltedBoys, they know they're coming. Techies, Skyward, caught, but not down. Actually going to survive with the Glimmer Capers. Now the turnaround. Going to find Desperate on the Zeus. He will drop. TiltedBoys now going for a big chase. Verte not landing the pouncer, so could not catch anyone. Thana able to TP out as well in the Pugna. So TiltedBoys, they'll get one mid laner for their trouble. They've got the Aegis up on their end of things, and now they're looking to perhaps go high ground with this.
They certainly can. They've got the output, they've got the security on hand. Not too much to be scared of. Full halberd up now for Ush. Should help in maybe stopping some of the output from Naga as well, if you can spot the real one. Which you should be able to every single time with the overwhelming odds in the middle of these fights. So not going to be too hard to try to juke around Naga. So the TiltedBoys though, again, just looking to take care of the last outer tower down mid first. They want to play it safe, and you can't really fault them. And should be able to find out no issues here. Nexus Titans aren't out of it though, Mike, but it is starting to look like your Naga's your main gold sink. If all of your money's pouring into the Naga Siren, your item growth on your Void Spirit and your Zeus has stalled out just a tad bit here. You kind of do want more farm to be spread across the board for Nexus Titans.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon. Mid lane, the Void Spirit Zor shows himself. Pounces there from Fuerte. They break the Lincolns already. Fuerte looking for the chase onto Zor, but doesn't have any pounces left. In fact, he has one now. Needs a bit of vision. Will duke out the Aether Remnant. Does find Zor again. Forcing out another Astral Step charge, but this time Zor's going to be fine. We'll just find a courier for their trouble. So they do have to go sort out the top lane because it was being constantly forced in by these Naga illusions. So Skyward's going to TP back to make sure that this lane is pushed out constantly. I suppose this is the one thing that you can do right now as Nexus Titans to avoid any kind of high ground attempt from TiltedBoys. Just keep sending out these Naga illusions to split push the side lanes. Just something we just haven't seen change in the hero for quite a long time. This is exactly what it wants to do.
Just keep building up. And for the side of Nexus Titans, I mean, you are at critical mass now anyway. I think your Naga doesn't have too much room to grow here for Kiritsugu. It's going to be down to, again, trying to split this farm between your Zeus and your Void Spirit. Ag's not too far off for Zor. You're also not too far off from your Ags for Skyward. So, Minefield Sign going to be maybe doing some work here. Still smoke out from TiltedBoys though.
To teach.
They're run into the Nexus Titan guys here down the bot lane. Here goes Nature Lover dying to the Tormentor now. Berthe gonna find the Zeus. Song is committed here from Kiritsugu to make sure nothing happens with this duel. Allowing the disengage from the Zeus, but Glimpse is there onto Desperate, so he's not getting anywhere. Static Storm dropped as well, right on top of his head. Problem is this Pugner is still just life draining him to survival, but it's not quite enough. He does eventually go down. Now the jump is there from Fuerte, finding a secondary pick off. Ash eventually going to die. Fuerte will lose his first life on the Aegis, but now a big blaster from Skyward. Going to take down Nature Lover. They will lose Volodka in the process. But now the Naga Siren, trapped between a rock and a hard place, is forced to just try and fight. She does have the Pugner, but it's not going to be enough. Fuerte able to keep going. They found the Pugner as well. Thana being pounced. Not going to connect, but they do have the Diffusal Blade here to slow him down. He will life drain, but it can only last so long. Though I say that, Fuerte now needs to go for the fight against the Void Spirit, but Zor has no spells left. Zor is down.
Really strong punishment there. TiltedBoys the side of Nexus Titans. Maybe just not, again, finding the good angles. It's getting harder and harder to pin down Fuerte. The hard control for Slark isn't quite there, as long as he's got the Dark back ready. And once he's seen Shadow Dancer, AoE output isn't enough either. Onto the high ground they go. You should be able to find us, and you've got the Nimbus around to try to stall Fortify out as well, but no one's there to cut the creep waves.
Yeah, Midrax is going to go down pretty much for free. The bottom tier 3 tower being looked at as well here from TiltedBoys. Cliff is going to be out, drag things out a little bit. Now you've got the full Bloodthorn up on Fuerte as well, so even more damage and control coming out from this Slark. Now trying to just delay this as much as humanly possible, but very tough now as Ash immediately jumps in onto the Batrider. Gonna force out the song from Kiritsugu, but there's no follow-up to that song. It was just to try and disengage. They'll try with the Aether Remnant. In fact, Fuerte is dropping rather low, but he got the Shadow Dance off in time, and he's still got a Depth Shroud if he needs it. One of the Naga, just so many stats being given back the way of Fuerte. Kiritsugu, he's down for a minute and a half. This game is looking very tough to come back from now.
It does.
Bottom barracks.
Really does. I think for Nexus Titans, again, they play a pretty good early aggressive game. Their mid-game spikes were there as well, but just stepping out the session a little bit is very easy to punish. Verde.
Still going. Has Shadow Dance in 5 seconds. Just needs a bit more time. But they're going to be fine to pounce out because the duel was there from Ash. So Ash going to find Zor here on the Void Spirit. Thana looking to be in a lot of danger as well. Is going to go down as Desperate is desperately trying to run. He will drop. No buyback available. That's 3 down without buyback. It's only Zor and Nature Lover left against the 5 heroes of TiltedBoys. It's not looking too good in the way of a comeback here for the Dire.
Top barracks has fallen.
No,
Dire's top barracks.
definitely not. Mike, Meg creeps up. You can clear out with Naga, but with these respawns, doesn't feel like they'll have time.
These T4 towers
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
are going to eventually go down. No GG call being made yet. They are still trying to slowly but surely defend this, but the Ancient is completely exposed, and it is about to explode as Ferte's he's diving Fountain, but there's no point for that. Song committed here from Kuretsugu. I mean, they are really trying to defend all the way. But the game should be as good as over as Ferte just going to pounce the other side, get this game over and done with. GG eventually is called.